Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Kerrioth, and this is Diablo 3. Except we're not really playing Diablo 3, well we are, but we're just having it on in the background, whilst we talk about a little rumour that sprung up about Blizzcon and what we might, maybe, possibly see at Blizzcon, in terms of Diablo. There's a couple of, well, let's just start from the top. There's a rumour, a mild rumour at the very least, that we might see Diablo 4 announced at BlizzCon. Now, why are people thinking this? Well, I'd love to say they've got concrete, hardcore evidence and that really it's just a formality me saying that it's rumours, but that's not really the case because it's a little shaky at best, and I think perhaps getting excited about the prospect of Diablo 4 based off this little snippet of speculation, what I'm about to give you, might be a bit premature. It might be a bit too. I always get lost going around these places. It might be a bit too much to just take as gospel, or at least too little to take as gospel for as much as it's promising. So, BlizzCon has like a promo pack, and in the promo pack are some dice, basically, and it's a four-sided dice. Except it's been misprinted. Instead of 3 1s featuring at the bottom of 3 sides of the dice per normal, there are 2 1s and a single 4, which lines up to the date of BlizzCon, which is the 4th of November, I believe, because it's crazy American dates and all that. That is like, okay, it's a 4-sided dice, or a 4-sided die, sorry, and it's saying the date of BlizzCon. All right, I can sort of see that. That's a good start. That is a good start. It's like a D4 die with the date of November 4th on it. I can give you that. However, that's it. Like that is actually it. The only other thing that we've got to suggest that there might be another Diablo game on the way is the fact that some people have seen what's his name? Brevik. David Brevik and Bill Roper. They've both appeared in Blizzard's California premises this month, which is very, very interesting. Like, they have both been sighted there. That by itself, I think, is more interesting, more impressive than the whole 4-sided die with November 4th accidentally written on it, you know? I think that is a much bigger deal. Also, they worked on Diablo 2, which, let's face it, was the best Diablo. Diablo 3 is in a very good place. Like, Diablo 3, they've done amazing things with this game, and they've made it pretty close to what it should always have been to begin with, if we're honest. But it's not quite Diablo 2, is it? It's not quite got the same air to it, the same sort of, I don't know, the same atmosphere and mystery and just all-round quality. There's a certain quality about Diablo 3 Diablo 2 that Diablo 3 never quite managed to match. Not to say it's a bad game. I thoroughly love this game, even if I don't really play it anymore. But Diablo 2 was where it was at. It's, I'd say that's fairly widely accepted. But it's not just the fact that Brevik and Roper went to the offices of Blizzard. It's not just that, because that by itself is kind of cool. But Brevik also tweeted. He's tweeted, "For 20 years, Diablo-like games have evolved and surprised us. I'm proud to be the advisor for the game that pushes this genre to new heights." That is very interesting. I mean, why you would tweet that after going to see Blizzard, I'm assuming it's because you are now, or again, working with Blizzard. You are now going to be working on Diablo. Like, that's what that suggests to me. There's also a picture of some constellation, which someone worked out was a constellation that if you follow the sort of chain, you could take it to mean Tyrael, maybe? I think it's like, is it Libra? I think the constellation he tweeted, which is justice. I'm not big on my star thingies. Star thingies. You know what I mean? I'm not big on them. That by itself, that is way more interesting to me. That is way more. That has way more potential. I mean, the dice is interesting because it's like, oh, it could be, But by far, he and Roper going to Blizzard and then tweeting that is way more interesting to me than any sort of, oh, this die has got the date on it and it's a four-sided die. That's like, that could easily just be a mistake. It'd be a very convenient mistake, yeah, but it could just be a mistake. Someone going to see Blizzard, and then, you know, someone with the history of David Brevik going to see Blizzard, and then coming back and saying, I'm proud to be the advisor for the game that pushes this genre to new heights. That is pushing me to think that actually we will get to see a Diablo 4. I did think briefly, maybe it would just be Diablo 3 expansion. Like another expansion for the game, but I think Diablo 4 is way more likely at this point. I don't think we'll see it anytime soon, unless they sort of pull an amazing move and just, you know, go off and be like, oh yeah, by the way, we've been working on this for the last however many years. Off you go. That would be cool, but it seems very unlikely. And anyway, I'd kind of hope that wasn't the case, because I think they sprung on a bit too quick, especially since they're still doing the new seasons, and they're still improving Diablo 3. Like, they really are still giving this game quality updates all the time. The other option, of course, is that it's Diablo 2 remastered. Now, I'd be okay with that. I would be totally okay with Diablo 2 remastered. In fact, at first I was like, maybe I prefer that more than Diablo 4. Maybe I would actually prefer to have Diablo 2 remastered over Diablo 4. That might be a bit cooler. That might be a bit nicer. But then again, why not both? There's been sort of rumours about a remaster of Diablo 2 floating around for ages and ages and ages. I mean, nothing's ever come of it. Same thing with like remastering the Warcraft games. But I don't know. I'd really like to see a new installment in the series, because I think they've learned a huge amount from Diablo 3. I think they've learned a huge amount from this game. I mean, playing it now, it feels great to play. I don't have any complaints with the way it feels to play at all. I just feel like it could have been in a better place earlier, you know? It could have been better done quicker. But if they can take everything they've learned from Diablo 3 and they can introduce all the stuff that they fixed and make it so that Diablo 4 is like the perfect version of this game, I'd be happy with that. I'd be alright with it. I'd prefer something closer to Diablo 2, yeah, but a Diablo 4 that's like almost like a better, more polished, like more interesting, more complete Diablo 3 from the start that they could then build on. I would really enjoy that. That would be really cool. So I think it's going to be interesting. It's going to be really interesting to see what happens at BlizzCon, because whatever happens, you know, people go mental over whatever they announce, and nothing is obviously set in stone. It's just a rumor, and it's just people piecing together a few things. The four-sided die, like I've said, I don't place too much stock in stuff like that. Yes, it could be intentional. It could also just have been a mistake. A very coincidental mistake, yeah, but it could have just been a very coincidental error. But, I mean, David Brevik actually going to go and see Blizzard, and then saying that he's an advisor for the game that pushes the genre forwards. That's still sort of rumour territory. That's still we're not 100% sure territory, but it's close enough to get me actually kind of excited. It's close enough to being like a concrete thing to make me think to myself that we could see something pretty awesome. And if I wasn't looking forward to BlizzCon before, I'm definitely looking forward to BlizzCon now. Like, if they did announce that would be huge. That would be crazy. It would be so good. I'm completely going the wrong way, by the way, but this is what I always do. I always just faff about when I'm playing this game. Hey, there he is. Come on, then. So yeah, I wanted to talk about this because I don't see a lot of stuff about Diablo that much anymore. Like, I don't tend to play the game all that much anymore, but it's one of those comforting things where it's like, I know I can always come back to it whenever I feel like it. And every now and again I'll see something about it, some little bit of news, and it'll get me excited. And it'll get, you know, I'll think to myself, oh man, I should play that game again. A new Diablo? Could it be? Possibly? Maybe? I really hope so. So there you have it. Could be interesting. Definitely got to keep our eyes peeled for that. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time. Toodaloo.